Have you ever woken up, looked in the mirror, and thought, why do I feel so tired when I haven't even done anything yet? Or maybe you felt like your body is aging faster than your spirit, like something just isn't quite right. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many people over 60 feel that way, and it's not always because of age. Sometimes it's the small things we do every single day, without thinking, that slowly chip away at our health and energy. They seem harmless, even routine, but over time, they can take a bigger toll than we realize. That's why today, I want to talk to you about 5 daily habits that could be silently shortening your life, and more importantly, how to turn them around. No lectures, no scare tactics, just real talk, some practical advice, and a few small changes that can help you feel stronger, live longer, and enjoy every single day a little more. Let's get into it, starting with something we often overlook: how we start our mornings. You see, the first thing you do after getting out of bed sets the tone for your entire day and over time, your entire life. But too often we fall into this habit, waking up and immediately reaching for the phone, the remote, or even just sitting still for too long. Think about it. You grab your phone, scroll through the news, maybe check the weather or flip on the TV. Feels innocent, right? You're just easing into the day. But here's the truth. When we stay still first thing in the morning, especially after a long night of sleep, our circulation stays sluggish. Our muscles tighten, and mentally, we stay in a fog. The body wants movement. Light stretching, a short walk around the house, even some deep breathing by an open window, these things get your blood flowing, clear your mind, and wake up your internal systems. Staying sedentary first thing can keep everything slow. And over time, that lack of movement adds up. It affects your balance, your energy, even your heart health. Try this instead. The moment you wake up, sit at the edge of your bed, roll your shoulders, circle your ankles, take a deep breath, and stand up slowly. Walk to the kitchen, drink a glass of water, and take a few minutes just to move gently. That's all it takes. This one change alone can help you feel sharper, more energized, and more alive. Now, once we've made it to the kitchen, there's another habit that might be quietly working against us, and that's skipping breakfast or eating the wrong kind of breakfast. Let me ask you, what's the first thing you usually eat, or do you eat at all? For a lot of folks, especially as we get older, breakfast becomes an afterthought. Some skip it altogether. Others grab a piece of toast, maybe a sugary pastry, or just a cup of coffee and nothing else. But here's the deal. After 60, your metabolism doesn't work like it did when you were 30 or 40. Your body needs fuel, good, clean, slow-burning fuel to keep your energy up and your blood sugar steady. Skipping breakfast or eating something loaded with sugar and no real nutrients can send your body into a crash. You feel foggy, weak, or even irritable without knowing why. And if this becomes a pattern, it starts to impact your heart, your brain, even your immune system. Instead, aim for something balanced, something with protein, healthy fat, and a bit of fiber. It doesn't have to be complicated. A boiled egg with a slice of whole grain toast and avocado, or some Greek yogurt with a few berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Even a small smoothie made with spinach, banana, and a little almond butter can do wonders. When you give your body the right fuel, especially in the morning, you're setting yourself up for more energy, better focus, and fewer health risks later on. And that leads me to another habit that sneaks in quietly and does real damage over time: not drinking enough water. I know it sounds simple. You've heard it before? But I can tell you how many people I meet who are unknowingly dehydrated every single day. They confuse thirst with hunger. They feel fatigued, stiff, or even a little dizzy, and they chalk it up to just getting older. But guess what? Often, it's just dehydration. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. That means we might not feel thirsty, even when our body desperately needs hydration. Water plays a role in everything: your digestion, your blood pressure, your joint health, even the way your brain functions. And when you're not drinking enough, everything slows down. Your metabolism, your immune response. Even your mood can take a hit. Try this simple change. Keep a glass or bottle of water where you can see it in your kitchen, your living room, even by your favorite chair. Set a gentle goal to drink a glass of water with every meal and snack. And no, coffee and tea don't count the same way. They can actually dehydrate you a bit more. Just good old-fashioned water. A slice of lemon or cucumber can make it feel more refreshing too. These may sound like small things: how you wake up, what you eat first, how much water you drink. But I promise you, they are not small when it comes to your health. They are habits that build, day after day, into either strength or struggle. Now that we've talked about a few of these common habits that can sneak into our routines and slowly chip away at our energy and vitality, let's keep going, because the next ones may surprise you even more. One of the most overlooked habits, especially after 60, is spending too much time sitting throughout the day. Now, you might be thinking, well, of course I sit. I've earned my rest. And you absolutely have. Rest is important. But here's the catch: too much sitting, especially in long stretches without movement, is now being called the new smoking. That's how dangerous it can be over time. Think about it. You sit at breakfast. Then maybe you sit to read or watch TV. You sit to rest your knees. Then you sit again during lunch, maybe a nap in the afternoon, and more sitting in the evening. It adds up fast. And even if you not totally inactive, say, you take a walk in the morning or do some light chores, that's great. But it doesn't cancel out the long hours of stillness. When we sit too much, our circulation slows, our muscles weaken, and our posture suffers. And worst of all, our body starts to assume that this low energy state is normal. That can lead to weight gain, stiff joints, lower back pain, and even an increased risk of heart disease and diabetes. The body is made to move not constantly, but consistently. Now, don't worry. I'm not telling you to start running marathons or join a gym. That's not what this is about. It's about breaking up long periods of sitting with just a few minutes of gentle movement. For example, every 30 to 60 minutes, simply stand up. March in place. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back. Walk across the room and back. These tiny actions keep your muscles engaged, your blood moving, and your mind alert. You might be surprised how much better your knees feel, how your back eases up, or how your energy improves just from adding more movement into your sitting hours. One of the easiest tricks I share with folks is to link movement to something you already do. If you're watching a show, get up and stretch or walk in place during every commercial break. If you're reading, stand up and turn a few pages while gently swaying side to side. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to happen. But now I want to talk about something that's not physical, something that's just as dangerous as sitting too long, maybe even more, and that's feeding your mind with negativity every day. And I mean that in the most practical, real-world way possible. Have you noticed how draining it feels to constantly watch the news, scroll through upsetting headlines, or surround yourself with conversations that are filled with worry, complaint, or frustration? It's like carrying an invisible weight. And over time, that mental burden turns into a physical one. Stress, especially chronic stress, affects your immune system. It raises inflammation in your body. It makes it harder to sleep, harder to digest food, harder to think clearly. It even accelerates aging. Now, I'm not saying we should ignore the world or pretend everything is fine when it is in tea. But we have to protect our peace, especially after 60. When emotional health becomes just as important as physical health. If you start your day or end your evening by watching upsetting news or engaging in stressful conversations, your nervous system doesn't get the rest it needs. Your body stays on alert, and it never fully recovers. Here's something simple I suggest. Take a news break for one day. Just one day. Don't check the headlines. Don't scroll through your feed. Instead, listen to music you love. Call someone who makes you smile. Go for a walk and notice the birds, the trees, the fresh air. You'll be amazed at how differently your mind feels on, how much lighter your body can feel too. Another practice that works wonders is keeping a gratitude journal. It sounds cheesy, I know, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your emotional and physical well-being. Every morning or evening, write down just 3 things you're thankful for, big or small: a warm cup of tea, a call from a friend, the fact that your knees didn't hurt today. Whatever it is, write it down. Gratitude softens stress and it helps the body relax. It's not fluff's real medicine for the soul. All of this ties back to one powerful truth: your thoughts matter. What you feed your mind, you feed your body. When you flood your system with stress, your body responds. When you fill your mind with peace, positivity, or even just stillness, your body heals. So, we've talked about how too much sitting can drain your body, and how daily doses of negativity can quietly hurt your health. These habits can slip into our routines without us even realizing it. They don't knock on the door and announce, "Hey, okay, I'm shortening your life." No, they creep in, quiet, subtle, normal. And that's exactly why they're so dangerous. But here's the good news: none of this is permanent. Habits can be changed. Routines can be reshaped. You're never too old to feel better, think clearer, and move with more energy. And when you start making these small, thoughtful changes, not all at once, just one at a time, you start to feel it. In your bones, in your breath, in your mood. It adds up. Let's keep going. There's one more daily habit that might seem harmless, but it could be doing more damage than you realize. And that habit is ignoring your body's quiet signals, those little whispers that something feels off. But we brush them aside because we think they're just part of getting older. You know the ones I mean. That light dizziness when you stand up too fast. The extra tiredness in the afternoon. It's that slight ache that wasn't there before. Or the feeling that your digestion just isn't quite right. Maybe you're forgetting small things more often, or sleeping worse than you used to. The truth is, your body is always speaking to you. And when we ignore those subtle signs, we often miss the chance to catch something early while it's still simple to treat. Instead, we wait. We put it off. We think, "Hey, it's probably nothing. Just age catching up to me." And before we know it, that small whisper becomes a much louder problem. Now, don't get me wrong, Jane does come with changes. That's natural. But not every ache or shift should be chalked up to just getting old. Some things deserve attention. Sometimes your body is asking for more movement, more water, better food, or more rest. And sometimes it's asking you to check in with a doctor not because something is wrong, but because something might be starting. I've seen so many people who've caught blood pressure issues early, who've reversed prediabetes, who've caught small changes in heart rhythm simply because they listened. They didn't panic. They didn't assume the worst, but they didn't ignore it either. Here is a helpful way to stay in tune. Take one moment each day, maybe in the evening when the day winds down, and just do a little self-check. Ask yourself, how did I feel today? Was anything off? Did something hurt or feel unusually hard? Keep a little notebook or calendar nearby. Just jot a few words down. This becomes your personal health journal, and over time, it can show patterns you might not notice otherwise. This habit of tuning in, of really noticing your body and honoring what it needs, is one of the most powerful tools you have. And the earlier you start it, the more it can protect you not just from big health scares, but from the slow, creeping changes that sneak up when we're not paying attention. Let's take a breath here. We've talked about a lot: how we move, how we eat, what we think about, how long we sit, and now, how we listen to our own bodies. These might seem like 5 simple habits, but they are anything but simple. Because they all have one thing in common: they shape the rhythm of your days. And the rhythm of your days shapes the quality and length of your life. It's easy to fall into the belief that after 60 thest, the best thing we can do is coast, stay safe, stay comfortable. Don't rock the boat. But I want to challenge that idea gently. Because comfort without movement becomes stiffness. Quiet without connection becomes isolation. Routine without awareness becomes stagnation. And we are not meant to stagnate. We are meant to grow, even now. Especially now. Your health is not just a matter of genes or fate. It's a reflection of the choices you make every day. And no, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to suddenly change your entire lifestyle. That's not realistic, and frankly, it's not necessary. What is powerful is small steps. One choice, one habit, one moment of awareness. Over time, those little shifts can completely change how you feel, how long you live, and how much joy you get from each year. So let's quickly pull this all together. Start your day with movement. Don't reach for the remote before you reach for your breath. A few simple stretches or steps around the house can fire up your circulation and your mind. Give your body real fuel. Not sugar-filled pastries or just coffee, but nourishing food, something with fiber, protein, and healthy fats to set the tone for your energy and mood. Drink water. Not just when you're thirsty, but regularly throughout the day. Your brain, your heart, and your joints will thank you. Break up long periods of sitting with simple, gentle movement. You, Dan T, have to be on your feet all days. Give your body regular signals that it's still alive, still strong, still in motion. Feed your mind with light, not darkness. Limit how much stress and negativity you absorb. Protect your peace and fill your day with gratitude and small joys wherever you can find them. And finally, listen. Don't ignore the quiet messages your body sends. You are the expert on you, and the more you trust that, the more empowered and healthy you'll feel. This isn't about fear. It's not about adding rules or pressure. It's about giving yourself a little more attention, a little more love, and a lot more care, because you deserve that. No matter your age, your energy level, or your past habits, today is always a good day to begin again. If any of this spoke to you, I'd love to hear it. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Maybe there's a small habit you've already changed that made a difference. Or maybe there's one you're ready to start today. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like this video. It really helps others find it too. And if you want more practical tips and encouraging advice to help you live your best life after 60, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here, one where age is something to be celebrated, not feared. You are not done growing. You are not done feeling good. You are not done living. Here's to more energy, more clarity, and more joy, one healthy choice at a time. Take care of yourself. You've got this.